Hello, welcome. This is Andreas Klamm, Liberty and Peace Now for IBS Television, Liberty International Services. In a couple of minutes, a very special event during the week of the Nobel Prize will take place. The press conference about the Livelihood Award, which will be received, which will honor 4 precious women, which is Amy Goodman, one of the world's best top journalists, which is the first journalist ever which is going to receive the alternative Nobel Prize, as known as Livelihood Award. That's Asha Hagi from the country of Somalia, which was fighting so hard under tough conditions, even in the danger for her life, to help women to participate in the political affairs and social affairs of her country. It's also Grushmanal Jagannathan from India, which is referred with her husband as the soul of India. And that's the Swiss-Italian Dr. Monika Hauser, which got involved in aid and rescue work for women which have traumatized because of sexual violence against women in war regions.
Commitment to working with women who experience the most horrific sexualized violence in some of the most dangerous countries in the world, campaigning for them to receive social recognition and compensation, and campaigning also for the perpetrators of these crimes to be brought to justice. Dr. Hauser is the founder of Medica, mondiale, which works to prevent and punish sexual violence against women and girls in wartime and crisis regions, and to assist the survivors with their rehabilitation and reintegration into their societies. She and her colleagues have helped over 70,000 traumatized women and girls in many parts of the world: Bosnia, Kosovo, DR Congo, Liberia, Afghanistan, often despite great risks to their lives.
I'm very thankful for the jury that they gave me this very unique prize, and I accept this prize in the name of many, many women. In the name of my colleagues, 29 colleagues in Cologne, and over 100 colleagues in Bosnia, Kosovo, Albania, Afghanistan, Liberia, and many colleagues in our partner organizations in Guatemala, Mexico, Sudan, Uganda, Sierra Leone, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. In 1993, I started to do this work in order to support raped women in Bosnia, and I could just not bear what happened to these women, and also that the international community stayed without any action. They did not have in mind to support these women. And I was very angry towards the media who took the fact of mass rape of these women as a sensation and abused the women once more by bringing media reports about them, taking away the last piece of dignity they had. The topic of sexualized violence is ignored wherever in this world, especially of course in the war and post-war areas, but we can see that it is also a problem in our Western countries, and it's very difficult for women, even in our Western countries, where we have formal gender equality, to speak up. The problem is not only ignored, it is even denied. And in these 50 years, we saw many resistances towards our work on all levels, whether at the national levels of the governments of these countries where we are working, but also on the international level. This unique award will help us to call the world not to turn away the head anymore. And I feel very strong together with my sisters here, fighting against poverty, fighting against ignorance, and to fight for the dignity of traumatized women wherever. And it's our concern to make visible the suffering of those who have survived the crimes, and we have also to think about that many women got killed and nobody will never know about their suffering. But it's also our intention to show the strength and the resources of women, those women who try to regain their dignity in all this misery. There are many resolutions and conventions written, and important resolutions, as for example from this June the UN resolution 1820, which clearly condemns war rapes as war crimes. But international politicians don't show the political will to implement these resolutions. Asha Habi showed with her activities that it is possible to go on and to support women. And this is my message to the international politicians, that there are so many brave women in all these countries who do that instead for them, because international politicians should support, should protect the activists in these countries, but they are still not taking action. Look to the Eastern Congo, where just now so many women and girls get raped. We need action now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Increasing coverage was getting worldwide. I noticed yesterday in the recognized Australian daily The Age editorial about these awards, which closes with a sentence. It does seem that those working every day on real-time solutions to the reality of daily life are taking bigger risks, making bigger sacrifices, getting less recognition and support than they deserve. We are here working to change this. These awards were called a few years ago the world's premier awards for personal courage and social transformation. I think you've heard from the panel again today why this is so. The biographies of these four recipients this year would hardly be more different. I think you've heard in these brief statements that what they stand for is the same. It is a world of equity, of justice, for future generations and current generations are honored and respected. And I think we heard today the span of ranging from the spirit of young personal work to the transformation that's going on in the United States. And then these messages from these countries, which is so often to forget about and ignore, where the kind of gathering we have today here would be impossible because you would be afraid to speak, because the man of violence might burst in at any moment. And that should be, this is the reality in many countries of the world. So we need to remember and recognize this extremely privileged situation we are in here. I want to quote with the quote from the British economist John Maynard Keynes. He said, "It is not so hard to introduce new ideas. It is much harder to overcome old ones." Thank you.
This is IBS Independent Broadcasting Service, Liberty International Service. My name is Andreas Klamm. We will continue soon with a special coverage about the press conference from the International Press Center and the Foreign Ministry in Sweden.
Tune into Democracy Now!
And after Democracy Now! Tune in please to Liberty and Peace Now. Thank you very much for joining this program.